Imagine having a strong mind that helps you get through anything life throws your way. A strong mind is like a hidden superpower. It keeps you going, even when things get hard. Mental strength is what helps you face challenges, stick to your goals, and keep moving forward, even when skills and talents aren't enough. In this video, we'll explore how Buddhist teachings connect to 10 habits that can weaken our minds. If we learn and apply these teachings, we can start building a stronger mind that can bounce back from tough times. Let's dive into these habits and discover how to overcome them. Habit 1. Having a negative mindset. A negative mindset is like a dark cloud blocking the sunshine of happiness in our lives. When we focus on the bad, it colors everything in shades of gloom. This mindset weakens us because it makes everything look hopeless. If we're always thinking negatively, we start believing that happiness and success are out of reach. It's like wearing dark sunglasses. Everything looks dim, even the good moments. Buddhism teaches us the power of mindfulness, which means paying attention to our thoughts without judging them. Instead of letting negative thoughts take over, we can choose to focus on positive things. Imagine sweeping away the clouds to let the sun shine through. Buddhism also offers a practice called metta, or loving-kindness meditation. This practice involves sending warm and positive thoughts to ourselves and others. Over time, it helps shift our mindset from negative to positive. Buddhism also teaches about impermanence, reminding us that everything changes. Bad times will pass, just like the good times. By embracing these teachings, we can break free from negativity and build a resilient, positive mind. Habit 2. Complaining about things outside your control. Complaining about things we can't control is like holding on to a hot coal. It only hurts us. This habit weakens our minds because it keeps us focused on what's wrong instead of finding solutions. The more we complain, the more stuck we feel. Buddhism teaches us about impermanence, reminding us that nothing lasts forever, not even our problems. When we complain, we act like things will never change, trapping ourselves in a cycle of negativity. Acceptance is key here. It means understanding that life has ups and downs, and that we can't control everything. Accepting what we can't change is like learning to dance in the rain, instead of complaining about the storm. Buddhism also encourages us to focus on what we can control, like steering a boat in a storm. We may not control the weather, but we can navigate through it. Letting go is another powerful practice in Buddhism. It's like releasing a balloon. You feel lighter when you let go of what you don't need. By accepting impermanence and focusing on what we can control, we free ourselves from complaints and build mental strength. Habit 3. Not expressing yourself. Not expressing yourself is like locking away a treasure chest full of gems. This habit weakens our minds because it stops us from sharing our thoughts and feelings. It's like navigating a dark room without turning on the light. Things get confusing and overwhelming. Buddhism teaches us that expressing ourselves honestly is essential for mental well-being. Holding back our thoughts and emotions is like bottling up a fizzy drink. The pressure builds until it might explode in stress or anxiety. In Buddhism, right speech encourages us to communicate with truth, kindness, and mindfulness. Our words can plant seeds of understanding and connection. By expressing ourselves, we foster authentic relationships and relieve internal pressure. Mindfulness helps here too. It acts as a mirror, showing us our feelings without judgment. Expressing ourselves doesn't just mean words, it can also be through body language and actions. By being true to ourselves, we strengthen our mind and bring clarity to our lives. Habit 4. Blaming others for your problems. Blaming others for our problems is like carrying a backpack full of rocks. It weighs us down. This habit weakens our minds because it takes away our power. It's like giving someone else control over our lives. Buddhism teaches us that our actions have consequences. When we blame others, we ignore our role in our own journey. Taking responsibility is like being the captain of our ship. We may face storms, but we have the power to navigate through them. Forgiveness also plays a crucial role. It's not about saying what others did is okay. It's about freeing ourselves from the burden of resentment. Letting go of blame is like setting down a heavy load and walking forward with freedom. Mindfulness helps us catch ourselves when we're tempted to blame others, allowing us to choose a better response. By steering away from blame and embracing responsibility, we build mental strength and empower ourselves. Habit 5. Fantasizing instead of visualizing. Fantasizing is like building castles in the air. They may be beautiful, but they lack a solid foundation. This habit weakens us because it disconnects us from reality. When we get lost in fantasies, it's like daydreaming while missing out on the present. Fantasies can lead to disappointment when reality doesn't match our imagined scenarios. Visualization, however, involves creating realistic images of achievable goals. It's like having a map that guides us towards our dreams. Buddhism teaches about right intention, which aligns with setting goals and taking practical steps toward them. By grounding our aspirations in reality, we bridge the gap between dreams and achievable goals. The concept of impermanence reminds us that life is always changing, so our goals need to adapt. Mindfulness helps us stay grounded, allowing us to appreciate the present while working towards our goals. Habit 6. Neglecting personal relationships. Neglecting personal relationships is like having a garden but forgetting to water it. Over time, everything withers. Humans are social beings, and meaningful connections bring joy and support. Relationships are like the wind that propels a boat. Without them, our journey becomes slow and lonely. Buddhism encourages us to value our relationships, reminding us that time with loved ones is precious. Building relationships requires time and effort. Being present with our loved ones is like sunshine for a garden. It helps relationships grow. Open communication is like water that keeps the garden vibrant. Buddhism reminds us of life's impermanence, encouraging us to cherish our time with others. By making time for loved ones, we create a support system that strengthens our mind and enriches our lives. Habit 7. Letting your emotions rule you. Letting emotions control us is like being carried away by a strong river current. We lose control. This habit weakens us because unmanaged emotions can become overwhelming. Buddhism teaches mindfulness, encouraging us to observe our emotions without getting swept away. It's like standing on the riverbank and watching the water flow by, instead of being pulled under. Emotional intelligence is like having a compass in a storm. It helps us recognize, understand, and manage our emotions. By practicing mindfulness, we gain the ability to respond wisely, rather than react impulsively. Loving kindness meditation, another Buddhist practice, plants seeds of compassion in our hearts, helping us respond to emotions with kindness toward ourselves and others. Developing emotional intelligence allows us to navigate life's ups and downs with resilience. Habit 8. Trying to control everything. Trying to control everything is like juggling too many balls. We're bound to drop some. This habit weakens our minds because it sets us up for frustration and disappointment. Buddhism teaches non-attachment, reminding us to let go of the illusion of control. It's like realizing we can't hold on to the clouds, they are always changing. Letting go doesn't mean giving up. It means understanding what we can and can't control. When we surrender the need to control everything, it's like opening our hands to receive what life has to offer. This acceptance brings a sense of freedom and peace. Mindfulness keeps us grounded, helping us focus on what we can influence and let go of the rest. Habit 9. Dwelling on the past. Dwelling on the past is like carrying a heavy backpack of old stuff. It slows us down. This habit keeps us stuck in what has already happened, stopping us from enjoying the present. Buddhism teaches us to be present, like opening a window to let in fresh air. Dwelling on the past also holds onto old wounds. Forgiveness, for ourselves and others, helps us let go. It's like removing a heavy burden and stepping forward with lightness. The concept of impermanence reminds us that everything changes, including our past. By embracing mindfulness, forgiveness, and self-compassion, we can move on from the past and fully embrace the present. Habit number 10. Worrying about what others think. Worrying about what others think is like carrying a heavy load that limits us. This habit weakens us because it ties our worth to external opinions. Buddhism teaches equanimity, encouraging us to stay balanced amid praise or criticism. It's like standing on solid ground while the winds of opinion blow around us. Self-acceptance and authenticity are essential. They're like wearing clothes that fit us perfectly instead of trying to fit into someone else's expectations. Mindfulness helps us become aware of our thoughts and reactions, guiding us back to our true selves. Self-love is like planting seeds of kindness within ourselves, creating a shield against judgment. By embracing equanimity, authenticity, and self-love, we can break free from the chains of others' opinions and navigate life with inner strength. These Buddhist teachings offer a powerful guide for overcoming habits that weaken our minds. By practicing mindfulness, compassion, and wisdom, we can transcend negative patterns and build mental resilience. If you found value in these teachings and want to continue strengthening your mind, don't forget to subscribe to our channel. Here, we explore more wisdom to empower your mind and inspire your journey. Join us as we continue learning together.